Jesus bless. Hello. It's gonna be under when the roll is called up yonder. When the roll is called up yonder. When the roll is called up yonder, Jesus willing, we'll be there. Bruh. Curry goat. If you're a fried chicken person, it's with curry goat gravy, rice and peas, vegetables like cabbage and carrot, a little sweetened, and tears. Might have umbrellas involved, mud, like dirt on your shoes, your heels, yeah, stick up, and the procession. So we started with Tatcha. We're going in with Fenty Primer. And listen, helium and light, like heat, that's grounds for combustion. All right, keep that in mind. So all right, while I do my face, if you're doing yours as well, cool beans. We are gonna talk about theater etiquette. Okay. Cheers. Cheers. Black and Mild is in my wine, and sorrel, there's sorrel wine with the Cabernet. And Black and Mild is over there. Cheers. So, if you're going to the theater, great. Don't tell nobody to break them leg. Just hope to Jesus they have a good show. I got this top from AM Best Variety in the Bronx on Burke Avenue. My hair, I don't know if I'm gonna be taking it out soon. That's something to keep in mind when you go to the theater. Please do not do updos like that. Okay? People maybe sitting, I get that sometimes there's a gradient in the seating, so it goes from lower to higher. However, you don't want to block people's view. You don't want to be the person sitting so upright that people can't really see what's going on screen or on stage. Please get there before showtime. Actors have a call time, meaning there's a time they need to get to the theater before the show starts so that they can run lines, go over the set, put on their costumes, get the props, set markers for where people need to stand, where things need to go, and things need to get changed out, and so on and so forth. This Chanel Ultra Letient smells so good. This is a Real Techniques from Ulta. All right, guys. Because to be fair, if it's a film, it's not that serious. If it is a play where there are live actors on stage, do not be a distraction. Don't be the one walking in. Your seat is in the front or somewhere in the center, and you're stepping through people, obstructing what's going on, distracting the actors. They have lines that they had to memorize. You don't want them to forget. Some actors, brilliant. they are versed in ignoring distractions from the audience, jokes and things like that. Wear a sweater. It's cold in there for a reason. They have lights, cameras, they're in action. You don't want things to overheat and malfunction. So there's a reason. Chanelly. Okay. Food. Usually there's an intermission. So you do not need to bring in a bag of chips and dip and this and that. And sometimes I understand that it might be pricey in the theater. It's just that, you know, crunching the bag, squeezing the plastic bottle and making a bag of fucking noise in the place is not conducive to the audio being very clear. Okay, you don't want to be the person that people are looking around at you because you're making a bag of noise, chewing your fucking, mind you, if you're at the theaters and the audio is loud enough that, you know, it's not disturbing, you know, fine. However, think actors on stage, they're using their voice. Some of them have a mic. Even so, they have to project and enunciate, especially if they are singing. If you go to the opera and stuff like that. And we get it. You know, although man shall not live by bread alone, Jesus understands we like to eat and he likes when we do that. So, you know, there's allowances for that with intermission. So you usually get like a 15-minute break to go and get snacks from concession. You know, another reason is people, some of them, when they leave their house, they feel like they don't need to be tidy. So they'll just leave their trash all over the fucking place. That's not appropriate. I understand that there's people who are going to come in and tidy. So whether they enjoy it or they're getting paid, it's not your job to be nasty. Leaving popcorn in the seats and fucking wetty cups all over the place, bro. If you have a seat at the front, and this is annoying, you know, like, so when people would pirate films, you know it's pirated when you can tell that there's a video being recorded of the screen. And sometimes you can hear the people in the theater, sometimes you can see their shadow, their silhouettes, and sometimes there's a person who gets up and is moving around. Don't be up front with your bald head bobbing, this fucking obstructing people, bro. Be real, really real. Okay? Please, like, this is in the plane as well. Don't be the one grabbing people's seats. I understand sometimes you need a little support if you're standing up or sitting down or whatever. Just still don't be that person who is literally like rocking and coming at the person in front of you and they're wondering what the fuck are going on behind them. Your kids, hold them foot. Don't have them kicking the blood clot seat. If you're a nigga with long legs, keep that in mind. Get the extra space. Fly on an airline like JetBlue that has that accommodation, so that you're not kicking the seats ahead in front of you. That shit is annoying. That's a lot of powder. My anointing oil. Sure. One time I went to the theater and the person lost something, misplaced something. They're bobbing and weaving and moving all over the place, and then something went missing for them. And they were looking and they kept looking. I was sitting behind them and they kept looking behind them in my area, and the person looking for the thing, and I'm trying to help them look for it. I even suggested that, you know, check back certain places you might have been. And the person that was with me was like, they keep looking back here. Why they keep looking back here? I have Chanel in my bag. I'm not looking to take your shit. And you don't want to be the person who gets banned from the theater for stupidity. They found it. Somebody brought it to them from wherever the fuck. I feel like it's also like, keep calm, okay? Keep calm. When you go to certain places, people don't know how to behave. They bring their children, and you know, some of the children feel like them free. So something I want to talk about. Okay, also while we talk about theater etiquette and stuff like that, I'm a theater kid, so I've experienced, you know, various aspects of it. I have the light here from my mirror, and I think about like when people will be like, thanks lights, you know, be grateful. Like at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, throughout the day, all praise, honor, glory, thanksgiving, honor, I don't know if I said that, love, thanksgiving goes to King Jesus. He's nice that he also allows us to get some of these things. So, you know, if somebody is there and they're helping you, you say thanks. And I learned that. I mean, I know that. I'm just saying, like, it's practiced in theater. When you are cast in a play, usually you have some kind of idea what the play is about. If it is a popular story, you might already know what it's about. Other times you might just get a snippet of the script, and they might ask you to do a cold read, meaning in that moment you need to read what they give you and act it out so they can get a feel of how you're gonna play the character. Sometimes they'll send you home with it so you can kind of practice it, so you're kind of a little bit more prepared. You can get more in tune with the character and understand them, kind of study them, whatever is going on. You can start to visualize where you're gonna go, like in terms of placement. It's good to use up your space. So don't hitch up in a one unless you're like a character that is, you know, you want to show that you can move around and be expressive. When you're casting the play, it's not a fucking game. It's serious. Okay? They give you the script, you study the script, and then you get rehearsals. It's time for the first rehearsal. When you get there, sometimes your lines may be with a certain character, like another person, so you're gonna have to read lines together, and that's another good way to kind of practice how you would emulate the person you're playing as. Learn the lines. Don't be that person. Everybody know their lines. Lighting, hello, they're on cue. So after certain lines or just before a line is said, they're gonna know to turn on the light, change the color. Sound, you know, the soundboard team, they're gonna play the music, you know, whoever is gonna come in on that line, and it's a whole production, babe. Learn your fucking lines. People come to see you act. You know, acting literally to the core is you pretending to be someone else or something else. God forbid, splotch. So, you know, ideally, you won't be just reading off or something. If you're in rehearsals or whatever, after a while, the fucking script goes away for everybody. And, you know, the costumes start coming out. You know, there's planning that's going, things are happening so that you can have the production. If you have an understudy as the main character, they need to know their lines. Because God forbid something happens to the main actor, or if it's like the night that the understudies are gonna perform, because usually if the theater is fair, they're gonna have the understudies perform. They're not just gonna learn the lines, because an understudy is somebody who can, you know, come in and do whatever since the main actor is not there. So they're gonna learn the main actor's lines, wear their costumes, do the very same motherfucking thing that the main actor is doing, unless they have their own spin. And the director is, don't fucking play with the director, babes. They're serious. They're one of the most serious people Jesus put on this rascal earth, along with veterinarians and the people at the airport. So, you know, learn your lines so that when the day come, you're prepared. You know the dances, you know the songs, if it's a fucking musical. All right. And listen, I can understand that, you know, sometimes people don't always have the time. Say that then, so people can prepare and know what to do. So they can help you with your cues and stuff like that, and make an effort. Try to connect, not too much. Method acting, you're walking a thin line. Because at the end of the day, you're not that character. Even if you are the person the play or the movie is about and you're acting the part, that's not you. Sometimes they do adaptations and the story is written a little differently. they want it to come across a little differently, whatever the case may be. You know, think about the situation, context. If you're at the circus, the clowns are coming out, so you need to remember, all right, the ringmaster gonna come out, and then the clown, you know, gonna do a little opening act, and then here come the girls, and then the fucking acrobats and shit. So, you know, then the elephant or whoever the ras. So make sure you pay attention. If you know the conversation between you and the other actor in the play, the other character, you know, act 1 is picking out the outfit. Act 2 is somebody talking about the outfit. Act 3, whatever. So think of those things so you can categorize and say, all right, the lines for this, the lines for that, and think about the conversation so it can flow. And you can't be fucking looking at your lines like this, or trying to look and remember some, and then you know, you're not emoting because you're not fully into it. And like I said, careful, don't get carried away and drift in terms of taking on the persona. Think of it more like, if somebody is sad, the character you're talking to, you need to, if the Bible says we're to mourn with each other, so unless you're an asshole in the show to laugh at them, God forbid, or something, you need to show sadness. So you can't be just looking at the thing like this and looking, you know, look at them and be sad. Because if you're looking at this, it's not, you're not really connecting with the person, and so the people watching you are gonna be like, what kind of character, this is misleading, or this is not ready. And remember, sometimes money is spent to watch who is on stage, on film, or whatever. Sometimes in films, you know, you might see a blooper that they forgot to edit out. You might catch it if you pay attention. Like, I remember there was this show, and one scene, the girl is, you know, she's drinking or something, and then the next scene the glass is empty, or the glass was something and it just didn't flow because of, you know, what was the context. So, all right. The Bible tells us that we shouldn't sow discord amongst each other. Discord is disagreements, tension, you know, a negative aura within, you know, between the characters and stuff, or people. I watched something that there was so much discord that it was nonsensical, bro. You know, at one point they almost kind of call it out in the sense that they, you know, the characters learned a lesson. It ended up having a happy ending, and great. The thing is, careful with things like that. The bag of backstabbing, name calling, the Bible says we shouldn't say raka to our brother and sister in Christ. Sometimes people don't even know the situation and they're judging people. That's not up to you. Got it? Because if you don't, if you're not really taking it seriously, you'll get replaced. People will, God forbid, blacklist you. They won't call you for any more projects. They'll tell their friend to tell a friend to, you know, let to be known that you're not reliable. You're gonna show up with snacks, laughing with the cast, tomfoolery. A lot of actors canoodle with one another and temporarily infatuate with them one another. Don't be that person distracting the team. Because sometimes in plays, they cast attractive people. A lot of the time, they do that. And so automatically, people are going to find them pretty and they're going to want to be around them and talk to them. And then here comes Susie Flew or Tom John fucking flirting and canoodling in the corner and shit. And you don't know your lines. Don't be that motherfucking person, bro. You know, they talk about starving actors and shit. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people can read a paper and say lines and pretend. People do that in real life. Pay attention. So, you know, if you are half-assing it, you're not going to really be taken, God forbid, you're not taken seriously as a professional. Bite me, Kylie. I got this at Macy's. My mom, she got like the purple one. I like sweater weather. It's kind of like a mauve with a coolish undertone. It's similar to Kylie. Kylie is more like a nudie powder pink. Brown nude. Oh, this reached down here, so that's gonna stay. Alright. Great. So I have something to show you. Let's go. Let me see if I can get the Osmo off of this. Great. Great. So I have in here powder. Okay, so I'm gonna shake it on the back of my hand. I mean, I kind of put a little other blush there, so however, I put it here and rub it in. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. It has shimmer in it, and this is because it's summer in NYC, so it's hot. Today is very caliente, muy, and powder keeps you cool, like talc and stuff like that. It's good for the skin. In this, I have my almond milk bath, so I'm gonna kind of show you how you can use it. So you get some water and you rub it, and if you notice, it's the milky part of it is coming out. Oatmeal is soothing to the skin. Milk is exfoliating in a gentle way. So you know, when you put these together, it's really good on your skin. After you shave, after you exfoliate, like if you use a scrub, you can still take your time and use this. All right, and then it washes off. It smells, bro, it smells so good, like the oatmeal in there. Oh my gosh, delightful. So yeah, divine looks, love, love. Cheers, look how cute this is.